Before going on to the next question, I wanted to actually cover these vector units, I hat and j hat are what they called. So sometimes you'll see it written as I dash hat, or other times you'll see it with this funny little symbol above the top. Now what this is referring to are vector units. So let me give you an example. Suppose we have a force that's traveling up and to the right. The force is a vector because it has a magnitude and a direction, and we can break that down into x and y components. So this is the f of x component, and it's also a vector because it has a magnitude and a direction. And then this is the f of y component, and it's also a vector because it has a magnitude and a direction. And basically, by vector addition is done by taking your first magnitude and direction and putting the second magnitude and direction on the tip, and you end up with your result as the magnitude and direction of the resultant vector. And so essentially what that means is that the vector quantity of the force is equal to the vector quantity of the x component plus the vector quantity of the y component. Well, so the vector quantity means the magnitude and direction, so you have to add both of them together, the magnitude and the direction. If you just add the magnitudes together, you're going to be wrong, but if you add the magnitude and the direction, you can get your resultant vector. This is basics from College Physics 1. So in College Physics 2, what they're doing here is these vector units are saying that the vector unit of f of x is equal to the magnitude of f of x, which is a scalar, times this direction. So this is simply the direction. I means in the x direction, j is usually in the y direction, and then if you have a z direction, it's usually k hat is in the z direction. So in the next problem in our physics homework, we have something like, what is the vector of E is equal to, and we're given a blank, and it says I hat, and then plus a blank of j hat. And so all we have to do is find the magnitude of the x component of EX and the magnitude of EY. We don't have to plug in the directions because the directions are in our units.